Hello, geometry students. This is your last video lesson. And so you'll just have two more assignments left. One for this lesson and then another that is just a survey. And if you complete the survey, it's a free 100. So remember, you have one more actual work lesson and then just a survey. It will be over. So here we go. My last go at it. Okay, so we're talking about segments in circles, okay? So a segment that ends inside of the circle is called a chord. And chords that intersect inside of the circle are like segments that don't go through the center. And then what's special about their length is where they intersect, you have two parts for each segment. So the two parts of one segment multiply together will equal the two parts of the other segment. So let's look at this one. So if we look, 8 and x are on the same line together. And so then if we look at our next one, 12 and 9 are on the same line together. So our multiplication will be the parts of the two yellow line need to equal the two parts of the blue line. So let's see. So we have 8 times x needs to equal whatever 12 times 9 is. So now we're just going to go old school algebra 1. So we need to get x by itself. So we're going to do division by 8. And we get x equals 13.5. And that is it for this type of problem. It is that simple. So let's do another. All right, so let's figure out what's on the same line together. So if you need to do and figure out, okay, x and 10 are together. So we definitely need 10 times x. And then on the other line together is 5 times 8. So 10 times x equals 5 times 8, or 8 times 5. So 10x equals 40. Well, we need to get x by itself, so we're going to divide by 10 on both sides. And we get x equals 4. And it is that easy. So now, why don't you try doing the check your progress. There you go. Hopefully you pause the video. And we're back. Let's see what you get. Hopefully you got 16. You're like, no, I didn't get 16. Well, let's just show how we got 16. So we know x and 5 are on the same line. So that should be my first thing I work with. And then I also know that 8 and 10 are on the same line together. So I need to multiply those two together. Times 10. So I get 5x equals 80. I can divide 5 to get x by itself. And so I get x equals 16. All right, so now let's try just a little bit difficult problem, just a little bit more difficult. All right, it says, we have x plus 2 this time, not x alone. We have x plus 2. So we still need to find x. So again, we're going to use the same thing. We're going to try to figure out what's on the same line together. So 6 and x plus 2 seem to be on the same line together. So I'm going to write it like that. And that way I can keep the x plus 2 together and not separate it yet. All right, and let's see what's on the next line together. There we go. The 8 and 9 are on the same line together, so that's why I need to multiply. So I have 9 times 8. Now let's talk about what happened. So hopefully you remember the distributive property where I have to go 6 times this, and then 6 times 2. So hopefully we remember that's how we got to 6x plus 12 equals 72. Now again, let's just go back to algebra. We're going to subtract 12 from both sides. We get 6x equals 60 because this is gone. And then we just got to divide by 6 on both sides. So we get x equals 10. So there you go, x equals 10. Next part, let's try it again. All right, so let's do the same thing. So let's see. Oh, here we go. X minus 4 and 15 are on the same line. So they need to be together on the left side of the equation. Now let's see what's on the same line on the other side. 4, 9, and 10 on the same side together. So it needs to equal 9 times 10. Now, don't forget, we have to do distributive properties. So 15 times x and 15 times 4. So that's 15x minus 60 equals 90. We add 60 to both sides. And we get 15x equals 150. Now, what's the last thing we need to do? We still got to get x by itself. The easiest part is always divide. So we get x equals 10. Now, that is not the answer because look at what they said find. They said find BM. She's like, man, I got to find BM. Well, what is BM? Oh, BM is the length here, which is the x minus 4. So guess what I'm going to do with my 10? I'm going to put the 10 where x is. So I'm going to do 10 minus 4. And so BM equals 6. And that's my answer. All right, so let's see if you can try it yourself. This might be a tricky one. Okay, so we're going to find RT. All right, well, first of all, let's go ahead and start. So let's look at our line. So who's together? That 20 and x plus 4 is together. And I'm hoping you tried this before you pause the video to see if you could do it by yourself. And then on the same line together is the 10 and 18. Now, I don't know if the answer is going to show up yet. It did. All right, so let's figure out how we're going to get that. So let's start off. Let's go ahead and get our yellow line together. So that's going to be that 20 times x plus 4. Let's get our blue line to their product together, which is 10 times 18. Multiply those lengths. All right, now, just don't forget to do distributive property. 20 times x and 20 times 4. Can't really see the yellow. Okay, so we got 20x plus 80 equals 180. So I got to subtract 80 from both sides. That's easy enough. And then the last part, as always, is divide by 20. So I get x equals 5. So if you said, oh, I got x equals 5, you're technically right. But they didn't ask for x. They asked for RT. So let's go ahead and substitute that back here. So substitute x for 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. So we know that this is 9. So you're like, I got 9. Ooh, that's that answer. And you're like, wait a minute, but the answer is not 9. The answer is 29. Well, where did that come from? They wanted the length of R all the way down to T. Well, if this we figured out is 9 and this is 20, that's where they got the 29. So there we go. So that is how you do it. If you need help, you have to send a message for me to get you through it. I do not mind. I've helped people before. I even spent a whole hour with just one kid, and we did all her work together. So if you need me, it's on you. Please reach out. I'm going to miss you guys. Thank you for hanging in there. I appreciate you guys. Just be awesome. Stay safe. Earn a little money. Get a job. Do what you got to do. I hope to see you next year, and I hope to talk to you guys later. Please do this assignment and then fill out the survey, and you are done. I will send out messages saying that I'm through with grades, and anybody who needs to make up stuff makes it up. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.